Semi-finals now on BBC Two as we head for the TechnoGames with Philippa Forrester.
Day 5 at TechnoGames. It's time to plug and play.
The biggest and the very best in the world of cybersports are revving up and getting ready for action. Getting ready for the biggest robot tournament ever. From the Technodrome at Shepperton Studios, we bring you TechnoGames 2002.
Welcome to the show, and it's the climax of the first week on TechnoGames. We saw some incredible technology in action today, and we've got the live medal showdowns in Sumo and Submersible swimming for you. So let's take a look at tonight's full lineup. Scuttleby Squared meets Black Widow in the first heavyweight sprint. A Sumo final for the big boys. More pulsating football action from our robotic Ronaldos. And yes, that is a robot. It's in the natural rope climb. We have an American challenger in the maze-solving Micromouse. A rabbit in the assault course. And a large blue shark in the pool. With me, as always, to give us the inside track on the teams and their machines are our resident TechnoGames experts, Professor Martin Smith of the Technology Innovation Centre at the University of Central England, and Professor Noel Sharkey, Director of the Creative Robotics Unit at Magnum. Some of the most dramatic action we've seen over the week has been from the heavyweight sprint. Let's take a look at what happened on Monday and Wednesday.
Black Widow past the 10-metre mark. Clodhopper managing to hang on to its lead. Coral Rabbit's being shaken around a little bit. Poetry in mechanical motion. And away goes Scuttleby Squared. Brilliant stuff.
So that's who made it through to the semis. Now let's join Barry Davis to find out who was wearing the Go Faster stripes in today's race for the final.
Not much goes faster than the Scuttle team. This is Scuttleby Squared in the heavyweight sprint. 35 seconds for 25 metres, they reckon.
We started off little, now we're thinking big.
This is Scuttleby Squared. It's very heavy, very fast. We're sure it's going to win. It's powered by two 750-watt motors. It's got all-round independent suspension on each leg, and it's very quick.
Taking on the Kettering team is Black Widow from Oxfordshire. It cost £300 and took 6 months to build.
Hi, I'm Chris, this is Linda and Dale. This is our hairy, scary robot, the Black Widow. It's powered by a 1960 invalid car back axle and electric motor. If you find one of these in your bath, be very afraid.
So a heavyweight start to the last show of week 1 of TechnoGames.
Power up.
Black Widow with one injured leg, looks frightening. Scuttleby Squared is frighteningly quick, holds the world record at 15.19 and is going really well. Its own world record is in danger here. Black Widow trying to increase the pace but slipping rather as Scuttleby Squared crosses the line in the new world record, 13.06. And Black Widow in trouble, slipping all the time and not too much momentum from the left side. And now seems more intent on spinning a web, which is one to avoid. Chris Arnell finally having to give up, I think. Yes, he's trapped. Scuttleby Squared, comprehensive winner. New world record time, and in the final we'll take on either Ulysses or Clodhopper, who compete on Monday.
So very exciting there for one contestant, not very exciting at all for another. Black Widow, sadly, couldn't climb up the wall and just gave up in the end, didn't they?
I think they were so embarrassed they were trying to escape, frankly.
However, we do have a new world record. 13.06 set by Mike Franklin with Scuttleby Squared. What are you putting it down to?
It's this very cunning mechanism he has of moving legs. As each leg moves forward, another leg moves backwards. So you're accelerating a leg backwards and forwards, which normally would be losing energy. But having another leg in opposition, the energy that you lose from one leg is transferred as an energy gain to the other leg as they move in opposition. So there's very little energy lost internally in the mechanism.
But it's also the speed of movement. I mean, he's very, very good driving mechanism. All lovely, intricate chains going around. It looks like a tapestry almost.
It's beautifully made. He's got over 90 ball bearings in that robot alone.
What about steering? How is it steering?
It's steered by changing the speed of the two sets of legs. So one set of legs is going at one speed, and the other set of legs can independently be controlled because there's two sets of motors controlling each set of legs on either side.
Yes, it's like a lady in high heels.
Thanks very much, guys. We look forward to seeing a scuttle in the final. So, on Tuesday, we'll see a fascinating face-off in the first semi-final. Don't miss it. Next up, we've got our first live event of the day, the Sumo final. Let's take a look at how the finalists got here and see what happened when the losers of yesterday's semis played off for the bronze medal earlier today.
They meet at the centre, but Big Bro got underneath his opponent. We'll need to take a leaf out of Big Bro's book, get underneath. Oh, no! In goes British Bulldog, makes the challenge, but it's turned aside. And it's Storm Chaser who comes through. From Wales comes Chip in the semi-final. They look to be on top, but in the end were beaten by their own pace.
Hi, we're Team Chip. This is our robot Chip. It's got two 750-watt motors. We're from Denby High School in North Wales. We're entered in the Sumo. We've got a great shovel on the front, and we reckon we're going to push the opposition into oblivion.
And from Devon comes Hellbound. Certainly has the weight. Can it resist the shovel?
Hello, I'm Vicky. This is the team captain, John, and this is James, and this is our robot, Hellbound. We're in the Sumo, which is a heavyweight competition, and at 95 kilograms, this robot has got the weight. We're going to push our opponents to hell.
So Hellbound with a 15 kilograms advantage. A little more control needed from Chip than in the semi-final. Trying to get underneath Hellbound and lift it. Pushes it back, tries again. He's got underneath it this time, brilliantly done. That's what it tried to do in the semi-final, and this time it's successful. Chip takes the bronze medal. 2 attempts to get underneath, and then there was no way back. It was bound for hell. Didn't step aside like Chip's opponent in the semi-final, so Hellbound ends with nothing. Chip takes bronze.
So, Chip taking the bronze there. Now, let's go over to Andy, who's down in the Sumo arena. So, Andy, how's my favourite team coping?
Oh, thank you, Philip. I didn't know you cared.
Not you.
No. There, Big Bro team. Right, let's find out. Well, I've got to be honest with you. I saw the guys having a little chat in the pits, talking tactics. So, come on, Joe. What are your tactics? Shh. You're not going to tell us?
No!
You're not going to tell us? Hey, your turn. But wait, what's your tactics going to be?
I don't know. It's a secret.
It's a secret. I don't believe
I never heard it.
Let's go up here. Ooh, team. Now, come on. You're the favourites. Show no compassion.
I think it's going to be a simple matter of who gets underneath who first.
Really?
If they get underneath us, that's it. We're gone. Well, if we get underneath them, we'll give it everything. Try to get rid of them. So.
Well, it's going to be very close because we've got 2 experienced drivers, 2 very well-built robots, and adorable children. What more could you want? I'm going to think I'm going to cry.
It's so nerve-wracking, isn't it? Thank you very much, Andy. I'm not biased at all, but I'm hoping to be doing a victory dance soon. Now let's go over to Barry Davis to talk us through the robot-on-robot action.
An experienced team from Robot Wars behind Storm Chaser. 3 engineers, Andrew Marchant, David Gamble, Brian Moss.
We're Team Tornado, and this is Storm Chaser. We're powerful, we're manoeuvrable, and with this scoop, we hope to win the Sumo.
Trying to prevent them doing so is Big Bro from Brighton, the Watts family. No question about who's in charge there.
This is our robot bigger brother, and we're in Sumo. We've got good grip, power, and a good scoop, so anyone going too fast, like Storm Chaser, going too fast over us, will be flipped all the way out. See you later.
on the right.
Teams stand by to compete.
Confident Watts family, Storm Chaser from Team Tornado. Big Bro goes fast and gets underneath Storm Chaser, and Big Bro is the winner. Young Joe, absolutely right. If we get underneath it, he said, it will go. And to them he said, see you later. So Big Bro takes the gold medal, 4.25 seconds, a little bit short of its world record. Storm Chaser second, Chip third.
We're here on the podium to give away the medals for the Sumo event, and over here we'll go, thank you Steve, grab the bronze medals, and we shall give these to our new boys on the block. Our new team, Chips, these are for you, the bronze medals, well done. For our experienced Roboteers, we have the silver medals for you, Storm Chasers. And for you, the people's favourite, we have the gold medals for Big Bro. There you are, guys. There you are. You got them. Well done to all teams. Let's boogie! Oh, we're dancing again.
Yes, we've been doing the victory dance up here. I am, of course, jubilant that they've won. But let's talk technical. Why did they win?
Well, they saw off the two most powerful machines. They just scooped them and binned them all.
But is it a particularly powerful machine itself, Big Bro?
It is a powerful machine, but it was the low ground clearance, the scoop, that really got it, would you agree?
I would have gone for driving skill. On paper, the Storm Chaser had it in its favour. Storm Chaser's heavier, it has the second highest pushing force in the competition, and it's heavier. But in the end, driving skill won out, in my view.
So it's clever engineering and fabulous driving.
And they were frightened of the children, because the children told the other team that they would kill them if they didn't win.
There are no more charming children in the world. They're just fantastic. And remember, we'll be going live to another final in the submersible swimming later in the programme. But right now, several large steps on from flicking plastic men on a green felt rug. It's the first semi-final of the robot football. Let's have a look at how the tech teams got here.
Not well defended, and it's going to go in. Takes him out again, but the ball's going to go in. I think it was an own goal. Off Buggy. Could do it on his own if he can sort himself out, and there's another goal. Where was the cover on the post?
Barry was in the commentary box for today's Droid Derby.
Big Bro and British Bulldog have looked a very good combination from Brighton and Staffordshire, respectively.
I'm here with Bigger Bro and British Bulldog. They've made it through to the semi-finals. This in itself may be due to the non-linear acceleration curve and gyro stabilisation of Bigger Bro, giving it enormous manoeuvrability around the pitch. And the bulk of British Bulldog making it excellent in defence, and perhaps the sheer width of the robot making him a brilliant goalkeeper. I think this team could go far.
Rocket from Maidstone and Storm Chaser from Cambridgeshire had their tactics right on Tuesday, where Storm Chaser scored lots of goals.
I'm here with Sprocket in the pits. They've made it through the first round to the semi-finals. They performed brilliantly well, even though they destroyed 2 gearboxes in the process. The guys now are working on the machine to ensure this doesn't happen again. I really hope it holds out for them, because together with Storm Chaser, this team makes serious contenders.
Quick return meeting for Big Bro and Storm Chaser. They just met in the Sumo final. Big Bro coming out the winner there. Is revenge on the card? It certainly is from the start here. Storm Chaser allowed to go through by Big Bro. Goal straight from the kickoff. In goes Storm Chaser again, and Big Bro would have felt that. Sprocket trying to get back, and around comes Big Bro, but misses. Got down the back unseen, but then failed to hit the target. British Bulldog now in trouble, needs the spin turn. Storm Chaser chasing after it. They've left the ball to run, and Big Bro has it just taken away by Storm Chaser. Goes back to have another bite. British Bulldog, lots of spins, can't get hold of the ball. Storm Chaser, just the 1 goal dividing the teams. The ball trapped in the near corner. Big Bro can't get it out. Wasn't helped too much then by British Bulldog, who's now moved up ahead. Lots of manoeuvring going on. Oh, this is good team play by Sprocket and Storm Chaser. Big Bro trying to resist, and good tracking of his man. And British Bulldog sets it up a little bit, and away comes Big Bro. This is a lovely move, and it brings the equaliser from good defending to a breakaway goal, and it's 1-1. Away we go again. Sprocket in possession. Lack of cover in the goal. Fortunately for British Bulldog and Big Bro, the ball had a mind of its own, and it was not to go in. Big Bro again. Storm Chaser covering every blade of the field. And again, they're playing better together as a team. Storm Chaser and Sprocket. Good interception, though, by Big Bro. Now it's the two against each other again, and it's gone in off Big Bro. Finished finally by Storm Chaser. Whole of the ball has to cross the line, of course. And Storm Chaser certainly exacting revenge for the defeat in the Sumo. Big Bro working very hard, but sometimes taking on the entire opposition on its own. British Bulldog trying to cover in the middle, not particularly well placed. Big Bro and Storm Chaser having a rare old battle. And Storm Chaser using its weight to good advantage. Comes out though to Big Bro. Good play coming up from the back with Sprocket. And Big Bro trying to get possession, has put it through his own goal, but was really let down by British Bulldog, who pulled away from the middle instead of going to meet the ball. And you've got to say Big Bro was very unlucky there, let down by its partner. On we go again. 3-1 to Sprocket and Storm Chaser. And here's Storm Chaser again. And Storm Chaser can't get there. Oh, hit the post. Good spin. Storm Chaser again. Good cover in goal. And this could break for Storm Chaser here. British Bulldog trying to make sure it doesn't happen, but the ball is rolling forward, and Sprocket scores! 4-1 the final outcome. Some revenge there for Storm Chaser. And Storm Chaser and Sprocket will meet either AAT and Savage Toaster, or Snowstorm and Cat's Whiskers in the final.
So the favourites in my eyes have gone out. Storm Chaser and Sprocket are through to the final. That was a great semi-final there.
That was a great game.
And you missed an absolute sitter of a goal.
I know.
I know, but you're still through. You must be happy as well, Sprocket.
Oh, yeah, we did a lot of work to get it back and running, and there we go. 4-1, lovely. Both of us got goals. Over the moon.
I'm not speaking. I'm too upset.
You like bigger brothers?
I love those kids. They never win. And they're fantastic robots.
It was
I was
really
looking out
good,
the window trying to see if they're in tears, but I can't see them, so...
Well, the best robot is still Bigger Bro.
It was a fantastic robot, but they scored an own goal and then lost.
Well, there was an element of power in there. There was a lot of pushing and jostling and fighting. It was quite different than the first races, wasn't it?
It wasn't very civilised football, was it? Let's face it.
But you would never get that in real football, though. You would never get that
Bent
where you
flappers.
got... No, bent flappers, but you'd never get this thing where you get, you know, two players pushing each other and then another player coming behind and helping. You'd never find that.
But that was the only way that they could combat the force of Big Bro, wasn't it? Thanks, guys. Make sure you tune in on Monday when we'll see which team of Metal Maradonas makes it through the second semi-final. Next up, the event which brought us Skeletron, the grand prize winner of the first games, the natural rope climb. Let's take a look at who scaled the heights and who got rope burned earlier in the week.
Here goes Twine Traveller, twining its way. Sister of Murphy, rather more sedately. And just look at RC1 Gary teaching up the rope. Green Wiggly still at the start.
Barry Davis watched today's vertical liftoffs.
Blue is in the name, Hose A, as Heat 4 sees the entry of fire cadets from Witney in Oxfordshire.
Hi, I'm Hamid, this is Phil, and this is Stan. This is Jose. We've constructed it like a firefighter, as we're Witney Fire Cadets, and hopefully we'll get to the top like the Witney firefighters and rescue people.
The opposition comes from Berwick High School in Northumberland, teacher and pupils with Ascender 2.
This is Ascender 2.
It's driven using a screwdriver motor with a gear ratio of 400:1. We control it using a TV remote controller, and we've got very high hopes of a gold medal.
A standard has been set by RC1 with a new world record of 9.15. The fireman on hand to help. Jose set to start, but it's Ascender 2 who is quicker. All the gear on board, but a lot of pushing needed from the feet as Ascender 2, hand over hand, comes up to reach the top. Time 16.63 seconds. A long way still for Jose to climb, and it looks as though he's stuck. There's just one other entry in the rope climbing today. Baz, entered by the Newland House School in Middlesex, did reach the top, but took 6 minutes, 29.28 seconds to do so. So not among the top 4 finishers who will contest the semi-finals on Monday. RC1 against Streaker, Ascender 2 against Skeletron.
What happened to Jose?
Jose is a bit heavy, yes. CO2 powered, which makes him a bit difficult to control. It's a nice joke, Jose, the Spanish fireman.
Love it.
Yeah.
It was pretty well made, though. That was the CO2 gas canister on the back that looked like the fire extinguisher. But what happened was he was using the brake thing from a bicycle, you know, the little rubber tube with the wire down the middle, and it broke off.
Oh.
It was
so it must be very disappointing after all that work. But Ascender 2 brings new technology into the rope climb.
Well, it's another one of those crank mechanism ones. So, like car windscreen wipers, but it's a double crank. It's not quite as simple as our RC1.
Not the kind of thing we've seen in previous years, though.
No, we haven't. We haven't seen that sort of thing at all.
Except he's used a screwdriver motor, electric screwdriver motor, and they're designed for very low speed and very high turning force, with a very powerful gearbox on it. So I wouldn't expect it to be terribly fast, but quite powerful.
Actually, it was extremely fast to begin with, and he's reduced the gears, would you believe, from 450 to 1.
What does that mean? Stop looking at each other like that. What exactly does that mean in layman's terms?
An electric motor by itself spins very, very quickly, and really you want the control shaft, whatever's doing the work, to be spinning slowly. So you've got to reduce the speed, and you do that with a gearbox.
Why? Why do you want it to be spinning slowly?
Because
it's the same amount of power.
It goes
either way.
Thousands of RPM.
Yes.
If you want to move, say, some arms like that, this is the sort of speed you want. 1 motion per second or something like that. Not 10,000 or something like that.
Because you couldn't cope. Your structure.
That's right. It would be too weak and it would be too fast.
Imagine you've got a tiny little wheel connected to a great big wheel, 450 times bigger. So the little wheel will turn an awful lot of times before the big wheel turns once.
Yeah.
So that reduces the speed.
Yeah. Ascender 2, one to watch then. Okay, well, we can see that on Monday. Semi-finals next on Monday. Thank you very much, guys. And on Monday, we'll have all the action when the rope climb reaches the semi-finals. But now let's take a look at an event which demands brains, not power from the robots, the Micromouse. Now, we've already seen the so-called wall followers in action. Today it was the turn of their even brighter brothers and sisters, the maze solvers. Let's take a look at the highlights from this year and last.
Changes of pace when it's in the straight, it speeds up, slows down at the corner, turns actually before the corners, way ahead of Millennium Bug as we see, and a winning time, 15.03. The first entry has a fine pedigree because its owner took gold in 2000 and bronze in 2001.
I'm Duncan Lutit from High Wycombe, and this is my maze solver Dash 2A. I use visible light sensors all over it to try and see what's going on. I use visible light so I can see it, even if the mouse can't. And I've got a little caster on the front here, and that's the bit that makes this Dash 2A instead of Dash.
Our first look at Dash 2A is during the practice run. Every maze solver needs the practice so that the robot can work out where it's got to go, which is the best course for home. Now it's off and running for real. Somewhat slowly, it has to be said. It's not feeling its way. It's trying to remember the course to take. Gone left when it should have gone right, and we speed it up and show the route that was taken, and the time achieved was 2 minutes and 6 seconds. The opposition comes from the first overseas competitor in TechnoGames, Professor David Otten from the Institute of Technology in Cambridge, Massachusetts.
This is Mighty Mouse 7. It's got a 32K memory. It's all custom built. We've got independent drive on each wheel, independent steering. We've got little photoelectric sensors here which detect the black lines on transparent discs, so as the processor knows where each wheel is. We've got photoelectric sensors at the front and the back, at the sides. Okay, processor memorizes where the mouse is going. So this is a maze solver. It's building up a picture in its little brain there. Now, if you'd like to find out more information on how this mouse was built, then visit the BBC Robot World website at www.bbc.co.uk/robots.
And if you want to see how clever Mighty Mouse 7 is, watch this. Away at a rate of knots, and you'll note here it cuts the corners, goes straight across, and finishes in 9.65 seconds. Just look at the comparison between the two maze solvers. The American entry reaches the finish almost before the British one started. And if we turn it the other way around, it's almost home before the other has got, what, a tenth of the course.
Over here, we have Mighty Mouse 7. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Now, you're not actually from this part of the world, are you?
No, I'm from across the pond.
You're from across the pond. You're from America, and I've been told that in micro mouse kind of like circles, you are a bit of a legend.
It's a little overstated, but yes, I enjoy this a lot, and I participate in lots of contests.
Well, I've never met a legend before. Well, I tell a lie, I've met Philippa Forrester, but I mean, you're my second legend.
I'm honored.
I'm honored, sir. I'm honored. And as it's your first time here on TechnoGames, you've came and you've conquered and you've won the gold medal. So wear it with pride, and ladies and gentlemen, make some noise, please, for Mighty Mouse 7! Well done.
Consolation silver medal for Duncan Lutit with Dash 2A. What a mighty mouse was Mighty Mouse 7. 9.65 seconds for the gold medal.
And so here we are, joined by a true celebrity. Dave, you've come a long way, all the way from the east coast of America to be here. Was it worth coming?
It's always worth it. I'm always happy to do anything to help Micromouse.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
But you, like Martin, share this fascination with these creatures.
We're
Why?
crazy.
Is that the answer?
No,
something
it's a
wonderful
wonderful engineering challenge. You know, lots of people get involved with watching other people play sports, especially in the United States. They're always watching all the different teams. And I would just much rather do something myself. And I'm not a sportsman, so this is the kind of thing that I can do. This is the kind of competition that, you know, I can participate in, and so I like to do that. And it's much more fun to do it than to watch it. And this one, I've been working on it since 1985. You know, Mighty Mouse 9, which is the next one, is still in my head. There's still more things to be done. And, you know, while I did well here today, in other parts of the world, I get beaten as badly as the person behind me today.
Do you travel all over the world with this thing competing? Tell me what you're most proud of.
Well, this particular one I like a lot. It's a four-wheel drive and a four-wheel steering. You can turn the wheels here. So this allows the thing to go around very sharp corners, because you can turn the inside wheels very sharply and then the outside wheels appropriately.
And what are we seeing in the other mice? Because this is quite different.
This is quite different because a lot of the others have use the maze more like a railway track, where they have a little aeroplane wings above with sensors on them detecting the red. And yours works quite differently in that with these autofocus sensors.
That's right. These sensors actually look at the sides of the wall. They're sensors at the front and the back that look out to the side. I like to have this kind of a sensor, first of all, because I get better measurement of how far I am from the wall. A good driver is always a smooth driver. And for a mouse to be smooth, it needs to be able to measure its position accurately. If it doesn't know how far it is from the wall, then it doesn't know how to control itself smoothly. But if it knows exactly how far it is, then it can control smoothly, and it can run much faster as a result.
So those developments enable you to take the racing line, where other mice might be a lot more robotic in a sense about it.
That's true. That's true. And you know, more precise.
So next time we see you on TechnoGames, what developments will you have made?
I don't know. We have a four-wheel drive one that we're working on that has, we're going to try to put accelerometers and other kinds of things in it. We're going to try to tell. Right now, I can't tell if one of my wheels is slipping. So I'd like to be able to put sensors then that will be able to tell me that.
This is a very different kind of event to some of the other events that we've seen here at the Techno Games. Would you ever consider entering any of the others, or is it once you're a mouse person, you're always a mouse person?
Probably that's the way it is. It'd be difficult for me to get involved with something else because I have so much invested in this one.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for bringing that along. Such a long way. It was worth coming, and we hope to see you again next time.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And if you want to be a gold medalist, the best place to start is the Robot World website, where you can check out the tech specs on 5 of our featured competitors. Next up, an event which really puts the robots through their paces, the assault course. First, a look at what happened in the heats earlier in the week.
So it's very close. Wolf finds a way through and gets to the finish. Pushing the tyres out of the way and crossing the line. What a hilarious race. Smash and grab goes through the tyres, driving through 40.16. The advantage is with Big Bro. Through the tyres goes Techno to win in a new world record. And here comes Hellbound to the finish. But there will be penalty time added, a minute in fact.
Much harder than you'd think. Now let's go over to Barry Davis to see which of today's robots made it through no man's land.
This is Heat 7 of the assault course, and enter Mighty Mouse from Nottinghamshire with the Wright family.
This is Mighty Mouse. I'm Trevor. This is Matthew. He's driving. We're on the assault course. We're fast and we're manoeuvrable, and we should do well.
But they take on the Franklin family from Northamptonshire, famous for Scuttle and Scuttle B Squared. They now enter Transpower.
Hi, I'm Mike. This is Amy. This is Transpower. We've come along from Kettering to beat all the opposition. As you can see, Transpower's got caterpillar tracks. It's very agile, can climb over blocks, stairs, anything else. It'll also run upside down, and we really hope to trance the opposition.
Looking down the course from the tyres, it's Transpower on the right, the far side. Mighty Mouse on the near. And the Mouse is quicker off the starting blocks and niftily through the first test. Transpower in contrast having problems. Oh, Mighty Mouse has lost an ear. Is there anything wrong with the vision? Doesn't seem like it. In fact, the greater problems are being experienced by Transpower, but it comes now to the ramp. If you can clear that, it might make up the ground, but it's got stuck. Tries to come through the side. Mighty Mouse faced by the football. And shoots it wide off the post. Transpower trying to find the way through the blocks, pushing them out of the way to get through, and makes it. Mighty Mouse still to score. Transpower lines up the ball and scores. Just the tyres to take on now, and the greater strength is from Transpower, surely. Mighty Mouse finally scores a goal, but Transpower is up and away through the tyres, taking all before it. And the Mighty Mouse, who had the advantage, really threw it away. Finally attacks the tyres, got a bit of the wall as well. Determined to finish, and denied from getting there, but finally makes it. On to the final heat of the assault course, which features Mulsanne Monster, 2 work colleagues from Berkshire.
This is Steve Dove. I'm Mike Smith. This is our robot, the Mulsanne Monster. It's designed to look like a Le Mans type racer. It does 15 miles an hour, it's got plenty of pushing power, and it should do quite well.
The Ledbetter family from Oxfordshire provide the opposition with a robot you may remember from the football, Bugs Buggy.
Hi, we're Teams Bugs Buggy. This is Andrew the driver, Jordan, and I'm Dennis. Our robot's built from largely recycled materials. It runs on 36 volts powering 24-volt electric motors. It's fast, manoeuvrable and powerful, and we think we're going to do well in the assault course.
2 big robots here, might be an interesting battle for the ramp.
Power up.
Bugs Buggy on the far side, the Mulsanne Monster on the near. Mulsanne Monster just slightly quicker, then went into a bit of a skid. Not too much room to get through. Bugs Buggy has done it, and now so has Mulsanne Monster. And neither, in fact, going for the ramp, both trying to maneuver through the blocks. Mulsanne Monster having problems. Bugs Buggy is through, trying to address the football before scoring the goal, which it does now. Just the tyres to take on. The Mulsanne Monster in search of the football as Bugs Buggy goes through the tyres to finish in 38.59. A missed strike on goal by the Mulsanne Monster. And it's going to forget about the football and go through the tyres if it can. Finally gets underneath them. 53.19. So the last two qualifiers for the quarter-final round transpire in 51.75 and Bugs Buggy in 38.59.
Now, that was a little bit disappointing for Mighty Mouse, really, wasn't it?
It was indeed, yeah. I mean, Mighty Mouse did really brilliantly there. Off to a great start, straight through everything. Wove its way through the obstacle course, no trouble whatsoever. But in its rush, as we said before, hit the ball into the corner and couldn't score for quite a while. So a little bit of patience there. It's a clear example of less haste, more speed
and
principle.
Keep your ears on rather than your hair on.
Keep your ear on.
Keep your ear on and then you'll be fine.
Yes, yes.
And then we saw Bugs Buggy. The rabbit came straight through, both ears, won easily.
Of course, that was tortoise and hare, but it was a rabbit. And with Bugs Bunny driving, you couldn't lose.
And they went round the obstacles, which is very brave.
Yes, yes.
Now, they succeeded, but the monster sadly failed because they knocked the obstacles so much they blocked their own path.
Yes. They may not have realised that the obstacles at the end are 200-kilo blocks, concrete blocks, whereas the obstacles in the middle are 100-kilo blocks. So you can push those out of the way almost. They're so powerful, but at the end, 200 kilos is just a bit too much.
Well, sadly, we say goodbye to those, but the rabbit is in.
Yes.
Bunny is in.
Yes, Bunny is in.
Thanks, guys. Now, it's time for the final of the event that's brought the best out of our tech teams, the submersible swimming. We'll go live to the pool in a moment, but first let's find out how the finalists made it all this way.
But it's a clear victory for Yellow Bot Marine, the Drain Pike second. This is Techno Tyrant. Oh, that's almost too realistic to look at.
Well, Andy is poolside with the Mechanical Mariners. So, Andy, who's going to the rescue if they break down?
Well, that's my job, Philippa. If it all goes wrong, I dive in with my water wings and save the day.
And presumably you're wearing your Speedos as well, but what's that you're holding in your hand?
Right, it's what we're playing for. It's the medals. Of course, we've got bronze, silver and gold. Who's going to be walking away with the gold medal? Well, I'm not a gambling man, but my money would be on Jack Flash.
Thank you very much, Andy. Now it's over to Barry Davis to talk us through the decisive race.
Two heat winners, Philippa, are in the centre lane. So in lane one, we have Techno Tyrant from the Little Green Junior School in Rickmansworth in Hertfordshire. In lane two, the very impressive Yellow Bot Marine, entered by the York Model Boat Club. In lane three, the other heat winner, Drain Pike, the family entry from Glasgow. And in the far lane is Jack Flash, the family entry from Chalfont St Giles, Buckinghamshire. Andy fancies it. Simon can have a look at it.
Now I'm with Jumping Jack Flash. Look at this, isn't this a bit of a work of art? We've got 3 parallel motor systems in here, various arrangements of pulleys, 2 cam mechanisms to offset the tail and power it. And just look how slim it is. It's amazing. How did he get in there? I'll tell you what, because it's transparent, let's power this baby up. Look at that. Look at that. You've got power, you've got steering. Look at the tail go. How about full power? Look at that. This thing's going to shift.
Teams stand by to compete.
All very eager at the start, particularly Techno Tyrant. Can't wait to get underway and get underway the best of the 4. Yellow Bot Marine now in its stride and doing well and showing in front, coming up to the surface and then diving down again. It's getting quicker and quicker all the time. It's going to be a very fast time indeed. And it's 16.18 for Yellow Bot Marine. Into second place comes Techno Tyrant, and underneath it Jack Flash will probably take the bronze. It's silver for Techno Tyrant, bronze for Jack Flash, with Drain Pike coming in 4th place. Didn't get the best start, Yellow Bot Marine, but suddenly picked up pace, came briefly to the surface, and then dived to a new world record. 16.18. Not only beating the time from the heat, but actually beating Doggy Paddle Deluxe's time of 16.34 set in the pool for the normal swimmers.
Wow, what a final. Very exciting indeed. Jack Flash, you must be happy with that?
Very happy. Marvellous.
I mean, you got the bronze medal.
We got the bronze, but we'll beat the medal next year.
You're coming back next year?
Definitely.
Well, look, Steve's here. It can only mean one thing. It's time for the medals. Let me switch over here and give them to you, my friend. Here you are, Thomas. Those are the medals. Congratulations to the Jack Flash team.
Thank you very much.
Bronze for you. Let's go over here. Hello. Hello, team. You're a happy man, aren't you, Matthew?
Over the moon.
Did you think you were possibly going to do it? Because you were very close. You were very close to getting the gold medal.
Yeah.
It gives me great honour to reach out, thank you, Steve, and give you the silver medals. There you are, Matthew.
Thank you.
Well done to you. And let us now go over here, because now it is time to give out the gold medals. But before we do, I want to ask you, your robot was miles ahead, absolutely miles ahead. And I looked over.
It's good.
It's good, isn't it? It's a very good robot. But I looked over and I saw panic on your faces. Why?
Well, it might have something to do with these that fell off after the race had finished. Oh. We were out of control. The speed controller seems to have failed, so it was on full power all the time, and I couldn't stop it. But it got there.
It got there. Yeah. You're going to come back next year and defend your title?
Oh, I should think so.
I should hope so as well, gentlemen. Listen, there you are. There is your gold medals, and once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done.
So, chaps, that was just as exciting as we thought it was going to be. I see you studying your paperwork like that. Was it a bit of a surprise to you both, the winner?
It's surprising that everybody improved their times.
Yes, it was amazing, wasn't it?
That is surprising.
But Yellow Bot Marine, I mean, it cut 4 seconds more than, well, just about 4 seconds off its time.
Why?
Everybody leaves a little bit of power in reserve, just in case they put full power on right at the beginning and break the machine. And you don't need to take that risk. So you come in towards the end of the race. If the other guy is faster than you, then you wind up the power bit.
And they did it the right way around and broke their machine right at the end.
Well, there's another way it might be that because of the kind of the sort of wake that they kick up in the water changes depending on who they're racing against.
Yeah.
So that could affect the speed as well.
And deep
but
under
also
the water
they're
there,
doing
Jack
things with the
Flash
records.
Was third.
Yes.
Which I thought was a surprise too. I expected that to do much better.
Well,
Because
no,
that has nothing to do with the wake.
But Techno Tyrant beat it the last time.
Right.
So it's the same, we'll get the same order as we had the last
so
time. And they all improved their times from the
they
last
all
time
did,
as well.
and we have a new world record, 16.18.
Yes.
16.8.
They're lovely machines, aren't they?
Yes, they are, yeah.
One with the S shape, the Techno Tyrant, and Jack Flash is very cunning too. It sort of offsets its fin to do the steering.
Well, it's difficult to see though because it's so far underwater and so small you don't actually see it very much, do you?
So you feel those medals went to the right people?
Yes, definitely.
Well deserved.
Yeah.
Well deserved, definitely.
Thanks, guys. And remember, you can cast your online vote for your favourite robot of the day in our People's Vote on the Robot World website. Here are the details. Skeletron, the old lady of TechnoGames, has been swept aside by Ascender. But, you know, she'll be back, bigger and stronger. Jack Flash, a beautiful design and surely a contender for the Special Award. Next week, the tech teams are gunning for gold, starting on Monday with the gymnastics final, plus semi-finals in the football and the rope climb. But that's the last of this week's drama from the Technodrome, on a day when we saw the heavy hitters in action in the sumo and the heavyweight sprint. And we also proved that you should keep an eye on the little guy with a brand new maze-cracking record of 9.65 seconds in the Micromouse. Hope you have a relaxing weekend, but remember, the robots never rest. Good night.
If you'd like details of how to take part in TechnoGames 2003, call 08700 100 678 for an application pack. Or if you have a text phone, dial 08000 15 33 50.